It's probably the nicest neighborhood in Shanghai to walk in. Like all posh neighborhoods in any city, you can see like all the shops are really low key. You don't see all the gaudy commercial signs, all the McDonald's golden arches and Starbucks. It's just a zoning ordinance, I would assume. But it's the same in most cities. All the quote-unquote posh parts of the town, Beverly Hills or, I don't know, San Marino. You get the same kind of thing. I love all the foliage too. Sort of covers, gives a shade to the place. Cafe, clothing stores. Yeah, I don't want to give the wrong impression that this is entire Shanghai is like this. This is a special part of town. Just like Rodeo Drive doesn't represent Los Angeles in total. But it's a nice area to take a walk. A lot of foreigners. There are universities around here, so sometimes you see young foreigners around. Even in Shanghai, pedestrians don't necessarily get the right of way when you're crossing the street and cars making a left turn in front of you. But here you really get a sense of what the ideal city would be, at least for China, I think. I think Shanghai has always been sort of cutting edge in that sense. It's always been in the vanguard in terms of everything, fashion, culture. That's why I like the city. There's a sense of kind of independence, right? They play by their own beat, and you get all these events that goes on in town. You know, museums and nightclubs and music venues, artists and galleries. So all these things have been traditionally kind of Shanghai's strong suit. And I think that's why a lot of foreigners like the city. It has a international feel in that sense. It's not like other tier 1 cities in China. If you're talking about Beijing or Guangzhou. Guangzhou and Shenzhen, they're mostly about commerce and bling bling, you know? So you get a lot of Lambos and Ferraris in the street, but not much going on upstairs. And Beijing is nice. Beijing is, you know, very traditional city. You have the political center of the country. But I think for me, Shanghai is still the best representative of an international city in China. And if I had a choice, you know, Kunming is the city I live in, but if I had a choice to live in the first tier, second city, I would definitely choose Shanghai. And I think also the people here, they sort of are aware in a sense, you know, that you can take pride in your city. I think you can sense that the people here, they take pride in their city, knowing that they are a bit different in a good way, you know, not arrogant kind of way, that they they pursue their, the things that matter to them, and there's a sense of pride in the city, pride in the culture. I think if I was living here, I would probably think people in other parts of China are a bit crass in terms of not just the civilities, about crass about money and wealth and power. Here, I think people are really pursuing things that should matter, that does matter. So I don't know, I'm generalizing, but you gotta generalize if you want to make a point sometimes. Yeah, so if you only had one city to visit in China, I would recommend Shanghai to start your adventure in China. It'll be a nice bridgeway to the rest of the country. Of course, even here you get the occasional Starbucks, but it's pretty subdued, so not too bad. A lot of construction going on the street since the last time I was here. New shops opening, I suppose. And of course, the girls in Shanghai are very pretty. I think they're really petite. I mean, that's the thing I notice about people here, is that they're like, if you go to the north, you get these really tall, leggy, model-looking types. But Shanghai, you get sort of petite, cute Japanese manga types, which is kind of my cup of tea. If I can navigate through here. Muay Thai, milk tea shop, coffee shop. Really nice coffee shop on the front. Yeah, coffee is really big in the city, which is also a big plus. You gotta love these trees. It's like a natural canopy. Really gives the street a sort of quiet, calming effect. And a lot of shade in the summer, I assume. You notice all the buildings have air conditioners sticking out of every window. It's boiling hot in the summer here, so shade, good thing. It's always a good sign when you have local bistros that people are lining up for. It's always a good sign that the neighborhood is doing well and people have the leisure and the money to spend. Crispy bagel. Is that a bagel shop? Good. I don't think I ever gotten a good bagel in China before. Have to investigate. Continuing our walk in Shanghai. These streets here, a lot of upscale shops, really showcases sort of the cosmopolitan nature of Shanghai. Bakeries and coffee shops. A lot of foreigners go to school here and do business here. So you get really big presence. I think this is one of the reasons that makes Shanghai really unique. It's just the international nature of the city. One of the earliest cities to open, and it sort of kept that vibe all this time, you know. So this is a really famous crepe shop. La Camon. There's a lot of restaurants here that are catering to international tastes. So the crepe shop, it's really popular with the locals and international clientele. I guess you can say this is the French restaurant section of the town. Let's check out what the prices are here. Main course. So 150 to 188 yuan for a set. So a little bit over $20. It's not too bad. So this is the famous stretch of waterfront along the Bund. You can see back there. Old European colonial architecture. along the harbor here. And you have the famous postcard scene for every tourist to snap when coming to Shanghai. Today is a bit wet and dreary, so not that many people out, which is good. Lovely city. Lovely city for a Ulysses epic. Who's the modern Ulysses of today? Who's the modern James Joyce of today? I think every year, a friend of mine, we read the Booker Prize winners, and I don't know. Nowadays, it's hard to say. There's no one clear standout. I think if you have to talk about living writers, I would say Salman Rushdie probably ranks up there as the premier writer. I can't think of anyone else. Used to be a fan of Ishiguro, Mr. Remains of the Day, but his latest work really left me cold. Clara in the Sun. I don't know. It just seems very, very contrived and artificial, and really kind of weird. I'm not sure what the lesson is, but same with Murakami. If you're a fan of Murakami's work, his work in the past, good stuff. But I read what is that? Killing Commodore something. Ugh, it's unreadable. It's like he's talking to like a 12-year-old girl about sex and nudity, and it's really uncomfortable. I think there's just a fine line between art and pornography, if there is a line. But I think it's once a writer becomes a little bit too self-indulgent, that line gets crossed too easily, and the work it's kind of cringy, at least for me. But what's what's your read on things? Who's the next great Joyce? Give me your suggestions.